This is SketchUp Assignment 4, the house. First note, please disregard the word test. This is not a test, this is Assignment 4. So your objective is to draw a 3D house. Now keep in mind, please, your house is to look as close as possible to the one given. Now, things such as windows and doors, you can import or draw yourself. You're not going to be given marks on how well you represent what's in the picture, as long as you have windows in the correct area, and they are windows. Same with the door as well. Please have everything that you see here. For example, 3 bushes on each side. You're going to need a person for scale. If you're wondering what the scale is for, great example. That person needs to be able to fit through that door. Okay. Now you need a tree in this location. It doesn't have to be the exact same tree, nor do the bushes or the car have to be the exact same or the same color. But you need something, like you need a tree in that location. Okay. Now if you import a tree that's too small, feel free to use the scale option. Now you will be marked on the base size and the height. So the base size of the house is 40 by 25, and the height, which is from the very bottom of the house to the peak, is 17 feet. Now, just to make life easier, I suggest you make the walls 10 feet tall and then add 7 feet for the peak. Okay. Now, what is not given in terms of dimensions is the property size. So that's basically up to you. You do need to show property. You do need to have it with grass. And you do need to have this driveway and also a sidewalk in that location and the same textured color. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start with our overall size for the house, which is 40 by 25. Let's go to rectangle, left click once, bring it out. I'm going to type in 40 feet, comma space 25 feet, enter. Okay. Now if you're not sure if you've got it right, once again, always take your measuring tape, click once, let it snap, don't click again, and it'll show you. Now if by chance you're not seeing this window in the bottom right hand corner, it means you have not maximized your screen. If you want to maximize your screen, you're going to go up to the top right and click the middle icon, and that's going to maximize your screen. It'll allow you to see your sizes. Okay, so you've got the overall size of that house. Let's push it up. Now I'm going to go with 10 feet just to make the math nice and simple. Okay, so we've now got 10 feet. Let's make the roof. We're going to pop that up 7. And let's grab the move option. I'm going to grab it in the midpoint, start bringing it up. Now see that blue, that dotted blue line? That means it's straight. Now I'm going to type in 7, apostrophe, enter, and that's going to give me 7 feet. If you're not sure, once again, grab that tape measure. There's the walls. That's a 10 foot. And let's go midpoint, straight up, 17 feet. There you go. You've achieved some of your first prerequisites. Now, the size was not given for the property, so you can more or less eyeball that. So kind of go like this, and there you go. Now, there's no order to operations, so you can do it as you see fit, but I'm going to quickly throw in some landscaping and vegetation. Let's make some grass. Okay. Now, as per the example, there is a driveway right next to the house, so I'm going to throw a driveway in. So let's get rid of this. There's a little bit of a space between the house and the driveway. Don't worry, I'm not going to get that picky as long as the driveway is next to the house. And let's see, let's go over to our textures and asphalt and concrete. Let's go with some concrete right there. Okay. Now please make sure you're using rectangle for the driveway. If not, if you're just using pencil, you risk the possibility of having an open image, which means when you try to make this asphalt or concrete, you're going to make the grass the same color because there's an opening somewhere in there. Okay. Now let's look at our image here. Now there is a chimney right there, so let's make our chimney. So they don't give a location, so you more or less have to eyeball the chimney location. It's right about there. Now before I pull this up, I'm going to add texture to it, because if you pull it up as is now, we've already got the grass in there. That's only if you've already had the grass in there. Because the grass is in there, when you pull this up, It's going to have grass texture all around. It's going to take you a few extra clicks. So let's decide what we want to do with our walls. So we want to make the walls look as close to possible as the picture. So let's go and brick and cladding, and that looks like the right one. Okay, let's make that chimney on the ground. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up the chimney. Now I would suggest you pull this up 17 feet. Okay. And now you don't have to do this, but I'm going to stick a nice little rectangle on the top just to give it a nice little motif, and pull that up. There you go. There's your chimney. Okay, now you're going to need to make sure that you have your person. Before I started, I deleted our good friend Ty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him back. Let's see. He should be on our list of components. Let's click on components, and there's Ty. Let's bring him on out. Click on there, and let's throw Ty right here. That's only if by habit you've erased him. Otherwise, you can just leave him. If you want, you can bring in another person. That's up to you. So let's go 3D warehouse and start bringing some things in. And I'm going to go tree. I find usually in the model section, I find a lot better selection. So I'm going to bring this tree in. I'm going to place it right there. Now, if you decide that the tree is too small or too large and you want to change that, you can click on the letter S. You're going to see these cubes, and you can make this taller, wider, or smaller. It's up to you. So we've got our tree in place. Now you're going to need some doors and some windows. If you want to bring in the rest of the components, by all means you can do that. I'm going to just draw the doors in. Once again, you don't. So let's just make sure that when you create these, taking a look over the right hand side, let's see, 7 feet's tall enough for a door. Let's put a quick little window in there. It's up to you. I'm going to go over to the paint can, and I'm going to pick some glass for my window. Let's go over to glass and mirrors. There's our window. Okay, I'm going to make a quick circle, and go to the rectangle option, pick circle, and I'm going to make myself a doorknob, like so. Pull it out. Before I do that, I'm going to go over to metal, because much like the chimney, if I do it now, there's less clicking. So there's my doorknob, okay? And I don't want to leave my door brick, because no one has a brick house. So let's make that, or no one has a brick door. So let's make the door wood. Okay. Let's see. Select wood, and there you go. Okay, so we've got our door. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a window, and just because we've got 3 of them that we need, I'm going to make it into a component. So let's make this into a window, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go make my window kind of look nice, just like so. And I'm going to divide it up like this. Now the amount of detail that you want to do is up to you, okay? So please don't feel that for whatever reason you're compelled to recreate everything I'm doing exactly. I'm just saying this is the example that I'm giving, and I'm clicking on that, and the reason I'm clicking on the other one is so I can copy it. So this is symmetrical. If you don't know what symmetrical means, it means everything is the same. So let's get some color in here, and I'm going to give a little bit of color to the window, just like so. And then let's put some glass in here with our glass and mirrors, just like so. And if you want to get really fancy, let's pull this out just a little bit. Just like that. And there you go. We got ourselves a nice window. Now, we're going to save ourselves a bit of time by making it a component. So let's put a window around there. We're going to hold that left button down. Right click, make components. I'm going to leave the default name. Now, because I pulled this out, I'm going to say you're going to want to make sure that when you grab this, you're going to grab it from the corner that touches the house. Hold the control button down, left click, start bringing it away, and let's place it over here, like so. Now, if you made the house or made the window too big and it didn't fit, you then have to press the S button, scale it down to make it fit, okay? Now we're going to also put this over here on the side. Let's see if it cooperates, otherwise we're going to have to rotate it 90 degrees. Boom, it cooperated. There we go, sort of. And there. Okay. Now some people are going to ask about the texture of the windows on the brick, and see that you kind of like it's kind of off just a little, and if that's a concern that you have, what we're going to do is we're going to go inside the house. Right here, you can do this. And what you can do is you can create a rectangle like so. And then we're going to just, let's see. Should work for us. There. Create a rectangle inside there, like this, and then erase it. Okay, now if that doesn't work, what you also can do is you can just go like this, and then hopefully this will cooperate now, and erase this, and that'll be your window. Now if it creates a hole, which is quite possible, now see you've got this hole, and if you want to repair that, all you have to do is go offset here, and bring this in like so. And offset this in. Make sure you're clicking on that so that your offset knows where to bring it. And there you go. And then you just have to trim this off and you are good. For marking purposes, you can just leave it, and it doesn't matter that you've got that little obscurity as far as your window is concerned, okay? That's just if you're really, really super concerned, you want things absolutely perfect. For marking, it's not going to be a consideration. So I'm going to start the sidewalk with the pencil, and I'm going to finish it with the rectangle, just like so. And there we go. And okay, I'm going to bring in the car momentarily. Let's see. Component. I'm going to go truck. You can bring in a truck, you can bring in a car, it's up to you. Oh, there's a truck. Okay. And there we go. Now, because of its low position, we're going to have to rotate it, put it on a flat part of the component, start bringing it around, type in 90, and there you go. Try to get your truck, car, or vehicle of any kind somewhat centered on the driveway. Okay. Now all we have left really is do a little concrete for the sidewalk, and we're going to put the roofing on right here. We're going to make it look the same. It's gray roofing, and there we to go. Last but not least, we're going to get our bushes. Bush. Okay, download this one. Some people ask, what if it's one-dimensional? That's okay. Okay, so I've got a bush there. I'm going to copy this bush. Like so. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's just take a peek and compare. There you go. I've got the tree, I've got the person, I've got windows, doors, bush, and a vehicle. And it looks relatively the same. And if you do that, you'll have 12 out of 12. That concludes this demonstration.